So thinking about selling your home, but the task just seems too overwhelming to you? Well, in this video, I'm going to break it down into 4 steps to make it easy on you. So let's do it. If this is your first time to the channel and you'd like to stay informed about the current market in the Greater Sacramento Area, then please subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications. My name is Carla and I'm with Gold Group Realty, and I'd love to have the opportunity to help you buy or sell your home in the Greater Sacramento Area. So please reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. So today we're going to talk about the 4 steps of selling your home. The first step is to prep your home for sale. So the first thing I like to do is make an appointment with the seller and do a walkthrough of the house and take notes on the unique features of the home and also any repairs or updates that are needed. That way, when I compare the house to the other houses in the neighborhood that have sold or are active, I can come up with a price range for the seller. Next, I send an estimated net proceeds sheet to the seller so they know what they're going to come out with in this sale. After that, we schedule the repairs or updates to be done on the home, and we can talk about who facilitates that. It could be me with the vendors that I know of, or it could be the seller themselves. The next thing we want to do is stage the home. Homes that are staged always sell better than the homes that are not staged. So we want to keep some furniture in the house if at all possible. So if you're living in the home, then less is more. And I'll give you my recommendation of what I think would look best in the home, and we want it tastefully furnished, but we don't want to have too much in there. And maybe some things should be stored inside the garage. If you're moving out altogether, then we can have a discussion about having professional stagers come in and bring their furnishings in to stage the home until the home sells. We'll schedule the final clean after that, make sure it's all nice and clean, and then I'll obtain a set of keys from the seller for the home and possibly a garage or a shed and maybe an alarm code as well. The second step of selling your home is to prepare the marketing materials. So the first thing I do is hire a professional photographer. They make your house shine, and I want to make sure that the seller's house looks the absolute best, and that's the best way to do it. They'll also do a virtual tour of the home, and then I also create my own listing video that I feature the unique features of the home in the video and then post it on my YouTube channel. I also create a what we'll miss document, so I obtain information from the seller about what they especially liked about living in the home or the neighborhood, and then I just leave a little stack of those on the counter so that the buyer can pick those up and take one of those with them so they can see what the neighborhood is all about. I also have some flyers printed from the MLS that show the picture of the home and the basic features of the home, the square footage, how many beds and baths, and the lot size, things like that, so they can just take that with them as well. Next, I will create a listing description for the home so that we have all the features in there, all the updates that have been done in the home are in that listing description, and then I will present that to the seller and they give their approval, and then we put it on the MLS. Also have the title company prepares a property profile binder, and that sits in the home, and it can even stay at the buyer after the home sells if they would like to keep that. It gives all the unique characteristics of the home, the boundaries, the lot boundaries of the home, the zoning of the home, and all the unique features, so they'll have that all in one place. We'll make a final pricing decision so we can put it live on the market. The third step is to go live on the market. So once it goes live, I post it on my website, I put it on my YouTube channel, I put it on the social media platforms. It gets syndicated to the search engines, and it goes on over 100 home selling websites, such as Trulia, Realtor.com, Zillow, Homes.com, and many others. I'll put a lockbox on the home with the keys to the home in it so that the buyer's agent can get in and show the home. If you're living in the home, or the seller's living in the home, then I'll always make an appointment and ask the seller if it's a good time for the buyer to come in and show the home. After it's been in the market for a few days, I do a midweek check-in, and I also schedule an open house to be done either the first or second weekend after it's gone on the market. And then I'll do a Sunday debrief with the seller so that they know exactly how that went and give the seller feedback from the buyers and the agents that came through that open house. Every week, I'll contact the seller and give them an update on what's going on, how the showings are going, what the feedback is, and if it stays in the market for any length of time, we may have to have a next steps conversation, which we'll go over together. And we'll keep doing that until we get an offer. And once the offer is received, we will contract negotiations. Fourth and final step to selling your home is to going under contract all the way to closing. So now that we have a ratified contract, I'll send another estimated net sheet of proceeds to the seller with the updated terms in it that we received from the buyer. I'll also send a contract to the lender and the title company so that they can process it. 3 days after the offer has been accepted, then the buyer will be submitting his earnest money deposit to the title company, but that tells the seller how serious the buyer is in buying the home. It's usually about 1% of the purchase price of the home. The buyer will then order their inspections on the home if they want to do any. Some buyers waive the inspection, some buyers want to have the home inspection done, or pest inspection, roof, septic, whatever applies to the home, they may want to do that. They'll also go over the HOA requirements or condo documents that applies to the home. And then one by one the contingencies are removed. So if the home inspection or any of the inspections pass to their satisfaction, then they'll remove that contingency. The lender will order the appraisal, and then eventually the appraisal, if it appraises market value, then they'll remove the appraisal contingency. And then the last contingency that's usually removed is the loan contingency. So about 2 weeks before closing date, the seller should arrange with the homeowner's insurance company to cancel the policy, and also call the utility companies and have the utilities canceled, and to make sure that they're turned off on closing day so that they don't keep getting charged after the buyer moves in. And then the last thing that happens is the buyer's financing is funded, and the seller will get paid the same day it's funded. Depends on the escrow company, but typically the seller can be paid the same day that it's funded, as long as it's recorded by the recorder before 2 p.m. Pacific time or 5 p.m. Eastern time. If it's after those times, the seller will not get paid until the next day. So there you have it, the 4 steps of selling your home. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. And if you have any questions that I didn't cover in this video, please reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. And until then, I will see you around town.